share a drink that I've been using, and I really think that it's a healthy alternative to a meal replacement. I'm trying to get enough fruits and vegetables into my diet, and sometimes it's hard. I work a busy schedule, and when I go to work, I don't always have time to stop and eat an apple or have a salad. I really need something that I can kind of have on the go sometimes. So I've decided that this is going to be my drink of choice. So it's full of fruit and vegetables, and I'm going to give you some of the health benefits along the way with these. Fiber, and I'm going to add cinnamon in there. Anyways, if this inspires you to stay with me, go down in that About section below, hit Show More, and then my Facebook page, go over and like that page. Right next to that link is my Wild Tree website link, and you can go over there and shop for all natural, preservative-free foods, and never have to worry about MSG or GMO products used in any other stuff. Maybe go shopping, look into becoming a rep, and making an extra income. Anyway, let's go make this beautiful smoothie. And warning, it's green, but it's delicious. Okay, so what we've got is, I've got about a cup of ice that I've just turned into crushed ice. I've got some honey, some lemon juice, some apple cider vinegar, and I get the organic apple cider vinegar, cinnamon, spinach, kale, cilantro. I've got a cucumber and an apple, and I might even throw in a tomato if there's room. So that's going to be the base of this, and it really is full of vitamins and minerals. So I'm just going to get in these vegetables. Actually, they're fruit. Kind of broke down a little bit so the blender has an easier time with it. And these are cucumbers out of my garden, so I know they're organic. I've got a Honeycrisp apple here as well. So I'm just going to get this all cut up, and as soon as we start with the blender, I'll bring you right back. Okay, so now we're ready. I've got my apple all broke down. This is a huge apple, but I love these Honeycrisp apples, and so we're going to put our 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Very good for your metabolism, helps break down sugars. I've got a tablespoon of lemon juice. And then cayenne is optional, but it boosts your metabolism, gets your engine going. So, and then honey, just to add some sweetness to it, because this could be a little bit on the bland to not sweet enough. The apples are sweet, but you know, if you're like me, you like it a little bit sweeter. You don't have to go over the top with the honey, maybe a couple tablespoons. And then I've got, oh, cinnamon. Cinnamon is fabulous for regulating blood sugar. It's one of the, if you're diabetic, you should be having cinnamon in your diet daily, somehow. And I'm not a huge cinnamon fan, but in this application, I really love it. So I've got a heaping teaspoon of cinnamon. You could even go more. I don't even mind. It's going to help a ton of stuff. It helps digestion. It's good for blood pressure, cholesterol, you name it. Okay, now let's get some fruit down in there. We got some fresh herbs. I did cilantro because that's got a detoxing effect on your body. Kidneys, helps it cleanse your kidneys. And then we're going to start with adding some kale, and I don't take that stem out. I just feel like it's got a reason to be there. Extra fiber. And then we got to break this down, this portion down, and that was a healthy packed cup of kale. Need a little bit of water to get this started. You want to use a nice filtered water. You could use juice if you wanted. Then you wouldn't need the honey necessarily. I'm going to use about a cup of water. Maybe not quite a cup, but as it breaks down. Get that going. As soon as I get this mixed up, because you don't need to listen to all that, then I'll bring you back. All right, so now we've got the kales in there, and now it's time to add apples, apple pieces, and these are harder to break down as well. I want that whole apple in there. It'll add sweetness and fiber, and then I'm going to fill it to the top with spinach. These leafy greens you should be eating if you have any issues with hair loss, You know, I have thyroid issues, and some of that hair loss goes along with that, not to mention as you get older. So you should be eating a ton of healthy leafy greens every day. To me, this is the easiest way to get it in my diet, other than kale chips or, you know, having it as a side dish. So I'm going to get that mixed up and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I have got enough room now for a tomato. I'm going to add this tomato out of my garden. This is a beautiful variety because I love tomatoes and they're fruit. I'm going to add another handful of spinach and get that in there. And a bundle of kale, you can actually do a whole bundle of kale and make this, but a bundle of kale will make usually about 3 of these blenders if you do this same recipe. So. Okay, I believe we are ready to serve. I'm going to have this. Get that out of my way. And I've got enough for lunch. So this is enough for meal replacement, whether it be lunch, and that's usually what I try to do. It isn't over the top sweet. It's got a little sweetness to it, but it's not over the top. And I like it cold, so you can keep this refrigerated. And I'm just using one of my canning jars because it's big enough. And I want to feel satisfied. This is more than enough for 2 of these. So let's make sure you can see that. Oh, it looks good. You could thin it down if you want it thinner. Oh, that looks good. Let's have a drink. See how we like it. I love it. It's full of fiber, so it's got some texture to it. You can get that little hint of cayenne in the background, and I don't even mind that. The cinnamon comes through very subtly. It just makes the apples stand out. And it, like I said, it's not, you wouldn't call this sweet, but you wouldn't call it vegetable either. So if this inspires you, and I sure hope it does, I hope you try this recipe for yourself and your family and sneak some good stuff in their diet. This is going to be my lunch. Instead of having, you know, starches and carbs and meat and all that, I'm just going to have fruits and vegetables. And in that glass, I'm sure I've got 3 or 4 servings. So, that being said, I hope I see you next time. I hope you subscribe and rate my channel. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Share it on your Facebook. All right, guys. God bless.